Dear students, today we will discuss legal language for semester 4, unit 4, paper code 401. Legal language is a global phenomena and may be referred to as law speak. It is used in a range of legal contents in both written and legal forms. Legal language is marked by complex grammatical structure, technical lexes, archaic expressions, and limited punctuation. Legal language has some linguistic features which makes it easily recognizable even to people who are not part of the profession. For example, the phrases, "I swear by Almighty God to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth," and "You may approach the bench." Language. The term language is derived from the Latin word lingua, which means tongue. Encyclopedia Britannica defines language as a system of arbitrary vocal symbols. Law, on the contrary, is derived from the word log of Old Norse and legu of Anglo-Saxon, which means league or a team. Linguistic formulae. Legal language is intended for a specific audience, and therefore linguistic formulae have been designed to ease the understanding of the legal writing. Formulaic utterances like "signed in the joint presence of" contribute to the ceremonial tone required for judicial impact. Linguistic formulae is used along with archaic features and terms of art or jargon words, which refers to a word or phrase used in a particular context which have a specialized doctrinal meaning and might differ in meaning in a common usage. For example, burden of proof, wage withholding, slip opinions, bail, appeal, etc. Typography and layout. Traditionally, the contents in legal language were written as solid blocks with no paragraph or spacing to mark out sections of the text. To avoid ambiguity in the interpretation of written documents, punctuation was used sparingly. Typographical devices like capitalization, underlining, different print styles, and numbered lists and paragraphs were also used. The eloquence of legal language. The authoritative and determined statement in language is derived through the use of various technical and stylized use of language, which is used in myriad ways. Verbose and loquacious use of words is a hallmark of legal language, where matters are expressed in more words than required. Rhetoric, the art of discourse, and using language effectively is at the core of legal language. Kernel and chameleon expressions are another distinctive feature of legal language, wherein extensively changing meaning of words beguiles the reader, and the kernel or citing axioms leads to misinterpretation. Old English, Middle English, and Latin terms. Legal language frequently uses the Old English, Middle English terms like aforesaid, hereafter, herein, thereafter, whereby, witnessed, in Old English, third person singular. Similarly, the petitioner has to respectfully show it, where show it is an example from Old English. Latin terms are also to be found in abundance in legal language, like for example, ex gratia, sans, bona fide, caveat, proviso, habeas corpus, certiorari, ab initio, suo motu, and prima facie, etc. Archaism in legal language. The use of archaic expressions lends a formal tone to the legal language. Archaic phrases like "it shall be deemed," "made and signed," "able and willing." All these phrases uses either Old English or French or Latin terms. Some archaic adverbs like here, there, and where with certain prepositions are also used quite frequently. By way of illustration, here are some examples. The parties hereto agree as follows: hereinafter referred to as wife, the total rent for the term hereof, etc. Legal language as sublanguage. Now we have understood that legal language has been referred to as sublanguage. P.T. Usman, in his book on legal language, discusses the aspect of legal language as sublanguage. J. Ramsfield, in his work Culture to Culture, a guide to US legal writing, opines that we study legal language as a kind of second language, a specialized use of vocabulary, phrases, and syntax that helps us to communicate more easily with each other. In this sublanguage, we read legal terms, legal maxims, which are an important part of legal language as a sublanguage. Legalese. The law speak is generally used and known as legalese. Primarily, legalese was considered as the language used by lawyers in drafting a contract or a pleading. The traditional style of legal writing, which is a part of the specialized discourse of lawyers, is now famously known as legalese. It may be cluttered, wordy, indirect, and it might include technical words and was termed as reader unfriendly. In the United States, the 4 C's describes the characteristics of good legal writing style. As per this, the writing style of a lawyer must be clear, correct, concise, and complete. To conclude, legal language is evolving as an important tool for social change. The scope and domain of legalese undergoes a process of selection and change. The etymology plays an important role for the lawyers to effectuate the wishes of their clients, and words remain the essential tools of the lawyers, as quoted and opined by Lord Denning. Thank you for watching. In the next presentation, I'll take up the topic ESP, that would be English for Specific Purpose.